It has been 5 years since what some deem to be the best LEGO Star Wars Battle Pack of all time came out. This set was a big consequence of the M&R movement. The huge "We Want a 501st Battle Pack" movement from 2019 led to this set's release in August of 2020. Now, at retail, this thing was £25 or $30, but now you're looking at £30 or $35, so it's not too bad. The set really hasn't gone up in value all that much, especially considering that the minifigures are all nearly exclusive. Talk more about those in a moment. But 5 years later, is this set really any good? Anyway, the 501st Super Battle Pack led to the 327th Super Battle Pack, which is now known to be one of the most overpriced sets in LEGO Star Wars history. Now, that set just released a couple months ago back in August, and that was the first ever £35 Battle Pack, or $45. An absurd price to be paying for the Battle Pack, and that is another consequence of the 501st Battle Pack movement. But this set will be forever iconic and one that I will always love. And one thing I regret is only actually picking up one of this set. I really need to get myself a second, especially in order to grow my 501st army. The set has 4 real minifigures, as with any regular battle pack. 3 of them being just regular 501st troopers. These are amazing minifigures, probably the first 2020 style clone trooper. These things ended up turning into the 2022 style clone trooper with the ugly helmet warts. But in 2020, these minifigures were absolutely amazing and a step in the right direction for clone troopers. It is a shame how that went in 2022, though. So in my opinion, these are the last really good clone troopers, before the printed wastegapes we would get, before the ugly helmet warts, etc, etc. The Jet Trooper definitely stands out to me. We saw these guys in Season 7 of the Clone Wars. It was the only ever time we saw them. That makes this a Season 7 Clone Wars set. He's a very unique minifigure. I love his helmet prints, and all around it's a great minifigure, and so are the 501st Troopers. Some amazing minifigures, and once again we do get 4 501st Troopers. The set also includes 2 regular B1 battle droids. There's nothing really to complain about here. These guys have been the exact same for 25 years with only a couple minor upgrades. And this is a big case of don't fix what isn't broken. The battle droid minifigures are absolutely amazing. There's nothing to complain about them. And it is nice that you get 2 extras in this set. 4 minifigures and 2 droids is fine for £25, but at the price point we really should be getting a droid vehicle as well. Especially when you compare it to the Clones vs. Droids Battle Pack that came out 4 years later, the same exact price, and had a few less pieces, sure, but more droid minifigures and more droid builds. And overall, that set, in my opinion, is a perfect value. And I do think this set is a little bit overpriced. Although it's only by a few pounds, so it's barely even noticeable. But yeah, for 2020, these minifigures are absolutely amazing. Nothing really to complain about with the actual minifigures. But I do think this would have been the perfect time to reintroduce Super Battle Droids instead of waiting 4 years for that Clones vs. Droids Battle Pack. Not the end of the world, but personally I would have just preferred a £20 set with just the speeder, no AT-RT and no battle droids either, because then we would have had none of these shenanigans with the Super Battle Packs in 2024 and 2025, being how overpriced they are. I would have just loved to stick with the £20 system. Yes, there were a few subtle price increases every few years, but this was nothing really major. And in 2020, this would have been £15, and it would have been a perfect set. And as much as I do like the concept of a Super Battle Pack, I love that you can get 2 in 1, but nowadays LEGO are just exploiting their fans by only giving us 3 droids, for example, in the latest one, and just making it absurdly overpriced. So in 2020, when this thing was the price of 2 Battle Packs, we definitely should have been getting 2 Battle Packs worth. The Bark Speeder is a nice but oversized build, but I do think they have done very well with it overall. This is one thing that does continue to be improved over the years with LEGO Star Wars. The Bark Speeders they always do well with, in my opinion, but they are very oversized, but I understand it. LEGO don't really want to be selling a polybag-sized build. But in my opinion, we should just maybe be getting 2 of each and just downsize them. I don't know, there's a few solutions that they could do, but I don't really mind, to be honest. My Bark Speeders being oversized is not a big deal to me. You do also get a pair of stud shooters now. This was before the stud shooter upgrade, so now they don't really shoot very far in 2020, but in 2022 they introduced some new ones that can shoot a lot further, and I absolutely love it. But yeah, overall, the 501st Bark Speeder is a nice build, and nothing major to really complain about with this one. AT-RTs have been oversized for the entire of LEGO Star Wars' existence. The first time we ever saw a oversized AT-RT was in 2005, and this is a constant that remains until 2025. Funnily enough, the only times that we have seen minifigure scale AT-RTs are in the 2010 and 2016 Turbo Tank sets, and they, in my opinion, are the best AT-RTs that LEGO have ever made. Another example of where the old stud shooter is being used. Again, I do much prefer the new one, but I do not really care for the old one either. I would much rather have a nice detailed cannon than having a ugly stud shooter. Not the end of the world, but it's just a place where more detail could have been added. The details on the AT-RT are very good in my opinion. There are also some sticker detailing which I appreciate. There's also storage spots where you can store some binoculars and also a blaster on the other side. The set recommends that you put a rifle in this spot, but I'm just going to be putting one of the medium-sized blasters there for now. As for controls, you do get a printed control panel along with this bar one that the 501st Clone Trooper can hold on to. The front uses 5 stickers to make up a majority of the design, but I do like it as it makes it a lot more accurate and much more detailed, but I do wish they could have done it at a smaller scale. Stickers are less than ideal in old LEGO Star Wars sets. Now this one has only been out for 5 years and I got it in 2021. But my stickers are already starting to peel off. In fact, it actually looks terrible in my opinion. I don't know why LEGO don't just wrap it up with stickers. We need printed pieces. But this was 2020, I'll cut them some slack. It was 5 years ago and it was during COVID. So I will cut them some slack in this case, but it's an example of where stickers just don't look good over time. And if in the future I review more old LEGO Star Wars sets, you will see where more stickers printing has failed. What I'm trying to say is that prints are just way more better. And LEGO just needs to stop using these stickers. It's 2025. But again, I'll cut them some slack for this being a 2020 set. Overall, the AT-RT is a fine build at its scale, although I do think it should be smaller. But it is a good build for what it is. I had a lot of fun putting it together. And I'm excited for the future of AT-RTs, especially with the one in the 327th Battle Pack being a lot smaller. Maybe over time they will just get to the minifig scale that we so desire. So at £25 in 2020, this set isn't the worst value in the world, but given that at the time battle packs were £15 and 2 battle packs would have cost £30, you are not getting 2 battle packs worth here, very clearly. In my opinion, this should have been £20 and would have been a very good set. But overall, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. It's an amazing set, you can't really go wrong, it's probably one of the best from 2020, and will definitely go down in history as one of, if not the most iconic set of all time. But looking back over 5 years ago now, this set just hasn't aged well. The only thing that I think LEGO's gotten worse at in these sets' quality is the Clone Troopers. And also, like, the quantity of things that they include in their sets. I don't think that having an AT-RT and a Bark Speeder in a £25 set is acceptable, although in 2025 maybe it is deemed acceptable for £25. But in 2020 this was definitely an overpriced set, but people just chose to ignore it for it being bigger than a regular battle pack, and including in a couple extra battle droids, which I just don't think makes it worth the extra money in my opinion. But yeah, 8.5 out of 10. Let me know what you think of this set in the comments down below, and thanks for watching, bye.